Dispatch to introduce the world to Jake Hollander. Jake, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me on.
You got it. You're 23 years old?
Yep.
Where'd you go to high school?
Marquette.
All right. Now, where'd you go to college?
American University in D.C.
Okay, and you've come back to St. Louis, and you want to do what?
Unify the city and county, the region at whole.
What are you, a naive 23-year-old college
Yeah,
grad?
yeah,
What,
that's
how are you
Sounds
gonna-
so easy.
Yeah, I'm going to be living in a van down by the river. So someone call me a hipster already, too.
What is it about a 23-year-old that this is now your mission, and why did you decide to take this on?
Well, I'm from here originally. Both my parents are. Mom went to Normandy. Dad went to Parkway West. And I've always been bothered by the parochialism, the backwardsness of how we operate, and that's what gave me the political bug originally to go to D.C.
Right.
To pick up the tools and fix policy problems like that. And I had the idea, I kind of want to work on a campaign to unite St. Louis before Ferguson, and that after Ferguson, that really lit a fire under me. My hometown was hurting. I wanted to come back and be part of the solution.
So how do you plan on going about reunifying the city and the county and everybody else?
So currently we're still fundraising and building out our board, but once we're set there and hire a staff, I'd like to have community roundtables, gather expert data and see what everyone wants, what's the best form of unification.
So I know you know about Better Together, which is an
Yeah,
organization that has sort of done a lot of the research that's people use to sort of talk pro and con. There are some big heavy hitters who want to do the exact same thing as you. Why not partner with them? Why go out and do it on your own?
And we'll partner with people, but top-down approaches to unification in St. Louis fail. Lana Stein's book, St. Louis Politics, Triumph of Tradition, show, when it's the big cinch, well-meaning regional leaders trying to do it, people just see it as them shaping the region and their own image and sense something Machiavellian about it.
Right.
So are you getting, what kind of feedback are you getting? Positive? Do people want to join the cause?
Well, I got an outpour of positive support via email, Facebook, Twitter. Yesterday, a bunch of people signed up to volunteer, got some donations. So it's mainly positive. I think you just see on the internet the loud minority, trolling and just being negative.
I spoke with some people from North County the other day. They don't want to reunify, right? They like their small towns. They like their little fiefdoms. And so this is not it might be popular for you, me, and other people who sort of look at it as a region, but there are many, many people who like the system just the way it is.
Well, let's talk about how small those towns just are. There's 43 municipalities that are a square mile or less, and 23 municipalities have less than 1,000 residents. 23 high schools have more students than those municipalities. So really these municipalities are just kind of bureaucrats and people that want to get kind of a sense of power from running them. You don't need a neighborhood association to be a city, and they can't sustain themselves, as we've seen.
So will you have to work with the folks in Jefferson City to help make some of this happen?
We'd like to do probably a petition. We're going to figure out the best path to get there. We don't want the Missouri legislature coming up with their own bill necessarily. There's the Board of Freeholders, but I'd like to do a petition from the people. That way it's coming from the people and you can't knock it.
I admire your passion. Do you understand how much of an uphill battle it is?
Oh yeah, people are going to be angrier than when the Rams left, I'm sure.
How much effort are you going to do this for 2 years and move on? Well, how committed are you to this?
I'm a little sensitive about naming a timeline, but when we put it to a vote, it's probably going to be an even-numbered year in November during a general election, whether it's 2018, 2020, or some other time.
Because that's when more people will come out to vote and more people are sympathetic
Well, that's
to your
when
cause.
more people will come out to vote, but we also want to make sure that we have the right plan and it's the right time to put it on the ballot. We want to make sure that everyone feels like they've had their voice heard. We want people in North County and West County to have a voice and a say in building this plan together.
So what does, if you could wave a magic wand, how does this look?
I have a personal idea. One of our board members, Cole McNary, wrote in the Post-Dispatch about a borough plan. Another board member, Richard Bose, talked about simple reentry. My idea, you have 12 wards, which take care of police, fire, courts, maybe taxing regulations for businesses, and then you have around 40, 50 municipalities, and they do more public works, take care of parks, stuff like that, because they can't really do the heavy lifting when it comes to policing.
Do you see the city reunifying with the county too?
Yeah.
So you like to see, what about St. Charles?
St. Charles isn't in the picture in my mind.
Just
People
leave
would
us
like
poor people in St. Charles alone, man. How come you
Well,
don't? How come you don't want us sort
Can
of
you tell
joining
us
the
in
party?
St. Charles.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if people in St. Charles want to come into St. Louis County or anything. People are welcome to come to the community roundtables we're going to have and talk about that. I mean, I'm open to all ideas so far.
Wow, I love your passion. I love your passion. I'm a little more cynical than you are. Our guest is Jake Hollander, Executive Director and founder of St. Louis Strong. Jake, if people want to join your cause, want to give you money, want to find out more, where can they go?
They can visit our website, stlstrong1764.org.
Jake Hollander wants to reunify St. Louis City and county and all the 90 towns in the county. There is a lot of chatter about it. Jake, come back and tell us how it's going.
Yeah, will do. Thank you for having me on.
You got it. 726 here, Big 550 KTRS. Bowen Dental Care is in Florissant. And if you need a